Back again, it's the last word. You know you want to hit that like button. This is the content that you need to finish off your football weekend. Just hit the like button, that wee one, right down there. The last word!
Hi Ben, how you doing? Looking forward to the weekend. Hope we beat you.
Dundee United have got pretty much their strongest starting 11 out on that pitch today, including Lawrence Shankland and Nicky Clark. Hopefully they're not on their best day of the day. So both those clips aged extremely well. Nah, in all seriousness though, I did enjoy my away day. I actually preferred being in the fair play stand for some reason. It was a better view and I don't know, I just preferred it. Not those prices though, and as the banner says, to go along with that, 20's plenty. I've seen us lose at Tannadice many times now, so it doesn't really bother me as much these days. As I said, I enjoyed my away day, and that's all that matters to me. Last word, used to it. Pivotal moments in the game changed this one. Dundee go 1-0 up through ex-Airman Declan McDaid, getting the opening goal. Pivotal. Michael Moffat goes through on goal for Ayr. His shot is saved by the keeper and the rebound is blocked. Pivotal. Dundee's Paul McGowan is fouled and from the subsequent free kick he scores the goal to put Dundee 2-0 ahead. Pivotal. Ayr score to make it 2-1 but fail to capitalise further. Dundee take the 3 points and move into the top 4. Last word, pivotal. Alloa seem to have a knack of doing this whole never knowing when you're beaten malarkey. That's now their 11th comeback in the last 12 months. By the looks of things going by the stats, Queens had a load of shots but never put them away when it mattered and always allowed Alloa that avenue to always be in the game. 2 Queens goals in the first half and 2 Alloa goals in the second half. But for me, this game only shows one thing. Last word.
Same old Alloa.
They're doing it week in, week out, lads. How can we possibly keep saying that they're going to be down in the relegation places this season when they're 6th in the table as it stands and just 4 points off second place? I mean, I knew there'd be a surprise package this season, and I actually do have the proof.
I think I'll have to say Arbroath, because I think a lot of people will kind of underestimate them just because they're the part-time team or one of them.
But I simply just didn't see them doing this well so soon. Last word, really good. See you Tuesday night, boys. I might even wear the bonnet. I might. They get going and they crash back down again. Then they get going again and they crash back down. It's a never-ending cycle in the life of a Partick Thistle fan at the moment. Ian McCall's came in, done okay, but not fantastic. A good Arbroath side beat them yesterday, yes, but it's poor form for Partick to be continuously performing like they did yesterday, especially at Firhill. Last word, inconsistent. That was my last word. Manpreet had different ideas though. His was a bit more inspired by your men HYYTS or Heights. SHITND. What a voice I've got, eh? Last week the Airdrieonian fans were lambasting their manager Ian Murray, and fast forward to this week they're winning 4-1 at home. It can't be that bad, eh? I assume a lot of the Airdrieonian fans still feel the same way about Ian Murray, but a 4-1 win, as I said, up into the top 4 and just 4 points off top spot. As I said, it's no too shabby. Last word, answering critics. They've had a good last few weeks, eh? 2-0 down to Wraith last weekend and came back to draw 2-2 in the end. Then this weekend, turn up to Falkirk's Gaff, win 1-0, get the 3 points and move ever closer to the promotion playoff places. I always thought Clyde would do relatively well in League 1 this season and they're doing okay for now, but that result this weekend is certainly a highlight of their season so far. Last word, monumental win. The Wee Fife Derby, in my opinion, it's just not the real one, and that's all I'll say on the matter. Raith sitting top of the league and East Fife still unbeaten going into this one. Full-time score, Raith Rovers 1, East Fife 1. Who will be the first team to beat East Fife, eh? They're still unbeaten and Raith are still top of the league. Last word. This time last month, Montrose were sitting rock bottom of League 1 on just one measly point. Fast forward 4 weeks and they're sitting on 13 points after 4 consecutive wins. A very poor start to the season seems to have been revitalised in this wee run in the last 4 games. It's a big ask to keep continuing this for a longer and longer period, but we've seen East Fife do it so far this season, so it can be done. Last word, inform. What a day for the non-league teams in the Scottish Cup. The East of Scotland Premier Division sides Pennycook Athletic and Broxburn Athletic defeated Stennismuir and Cowdenbeath of League 2 to head through to the next round of the Scottish Cup. Cup upsets are what we live for when it comes to these competitions, providing that it's not your team on the wrong end of the result, of course. But regardless, well done to them. Last word, fantastic. Under Steve Clarke, Kilmarnock were built on solid foundations while still being a decent enough threat in the attacking areas. When Angelo Alessio came in, especially after that loss to Connaskey Nomads in Europe, I think a lot of Kilmarnock fans thought that all of that work that Steve Clarke had put in to build Kilmarnock up to be the side they are today, I think they thought that was all going to be lost. But they seem to have sorted themselves out now. Up to third in the league, played 8 games, won 5, and only conceded 4 goals in the process. Last word, back to their best. Stay tuned for a wee Kilmarnock vlog coming this midweek. Get in there, lads. A win for St Johnstone. This is not a drill. St Johnstone have won a game of football. David Witherspoon scores in his 250th appearance for the Saints. Callum Hendry comes off the bench and scores a 90th minute winner, and St Johnstone finally get the 3 points they've been waiting for. It puts them just 1 point away from exiting that bottom spot that they have basically made their own since the start of the season. And next up is Hearts, one of those teams that are just 1 point behind them. So this win is definitely one that could possibly have shaped their season. And that midweek game against Hearts, well, that is very important for both teams. And that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, comment down below your last word for the game you were at this weekend, and subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, which will be later on today, look out for that. I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.